Me head on fire, me mama be don't want me, yeah. Why? Me head on scatter, me head on fire, me mama be don't want me, yeah. Why? Me head on scatter, me head on fire, me mama be don't want me, yeah. Me no never, me no want let them call me junkie boy. Me no never, me no want let them call me junkie boy.
Stay tuned to the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Well, MSC say men no ever call a junkie boy. We're going down to the studio to bring come the program Good Morning Salon. So stay tuned, stay blessed.
Good morning, Freetown. Good morning, Salon, and good morning to whoever you listen to we and tune in from different parts of the country and outside Salon, live from the New Englandville studio. Welcome to another edition of the program Good Morning Salon for this week, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Today, now Tuesday, June 2nd, 2026, and we're glad for bringing this edition of the program come to you. We will bring this program come to you this Tuesday morning. My name is Adeyemi Jackson.
Musa Kamarana Minim, good morning. We thoughts for today say positive mind finds opportunity. We mean say good mind sets the lead to success. And we may headline them for today's edition of the program Good Morning Saloon. 30-year-old woman we tap na Moiba community in the east of Freetown don allege say some so we mami dem don ask am for pay 25,000 leons fine or then go join am the Sowe Society by force. The Vice Chairperson for the Human Rights Commission, Salon Victor Idris Lansana, don't call on government for begin compensate people we then can don't accuse for crime and go spend them na jail. We then can find them no guilt of them crime them. And today inside the program Radio Democracy, go talk to the chairman Wages and Compensation Commission, Alpha Alhaji Timbo. We go talk about within the commission they do for address challenge them now government payroll system. And we also go talk to the executive director of Global Youth Network, Musa Khalil Kurma. We go talk about the role of the National Tobacco Control Council for regulate tobacco business in the country.
Members, they listen to we live on www.radiodemocracy.sf and from partner radio stations then.
You dey listen me live from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM na Freetown, Radio Shalom 89.5 na Koinadugu and Falaba District, Radio Malen 88.5, Radio 1J 101.3 na Pujon District, Radio Kolente 90.0 na Cambia, Radio Moi 105.5 na Kailau, Vopad Radio na Watalo, Voice of Sando on 95.7 na Kono District, Voice of Karine na Kamakwe on 98.0, Voice of Masoro na Pujon District, Advocacy Radio na Potloko District, Radio Katbami on 106.7 na Tonko Limba, Art FM on 95.9 na Moyamba District, and Tongo Radio on 107.5 FM.
The program na Good Morning Salon and they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. You can be part of the program by way you go send message to the number 0779819881 or go navigate the Democracy Facebook page and also YouTube page so you go follow the program live. Drop your question or comment on the issues them we they discuss inside the program today. The program na Good Morning Salon.
We start to look at issues. We said the Minister of Planning and Economic Development, Kenya Bali, don't call on Ministry, Department and Agency them for implement the recommendation them. We in the early warning report. They talk about security threats and other thing them. Make this call. We go table the 2025 annual report on the National Early Warning and Response Mechanism Center. For no more about this, we join Cherno Jalo.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I beg to lay on the table the 2025 annual report of the National Early Warning and Response Mechanism Center.
The Minister of Planning and Economic Development, Kenya Bali, the table the 2025 annual report on the National Early Warning and Response Mechanism Center before member of Parliament will make them go look inside this report. But 1 year ago, Parliament being agreed for the National Early Warning and Response Mechanism Center. We demanded to gather data, predict, analyze, and work with other bodies and for prevent security threats in the country. When the lady documents na the well, the Minister of Planning and Economic Development first start for tell member them na Parliament, but waiting they inside this document and now important it be to the country.
Honourable members, the 2025 annual report contains a synthesis of 52 reports in the forms of alerts, situation reports, joint reports, monthly thematic reports, for which we cannot underestimate the security, economic, and social benefits. Indeed, within the context of the big 5 game changers of our medium-term national development plan, this National Early Warning and Response Mechanism Center is a game changer in itself.
The minister continues with all the good things within inside this document. If ministry, department, and agency them able to look inside the recommendation them and do what's in the recommendation and they say that one they go help for prevent the country from political, economic, and social threats where for happen.
It transforms our approach from being reactive to being boldly proactive, and is a vital shield to protect the citizens of Sierra Leone. Mr. Speaker, finally, I would like to underscore the extreme importance of every relevant institution to adhering to the warning provided by the Centre. Honourable members, the insights proffered need to be treated not just as information, but as catalysts for preventive action, so that together we can build a nation that is prepared, secured, and proactive.
Now, with that statement here, the Minister of Planning and Economic Development, Kenya Balebi, end of for table 2025 annual report on the National Early Warning and Response Mechanism Center before member of Parliament and left the well, as Parliament later been continue with a normal sitting. For the Society for Radio Democracy, me, Nachong Nojalo, the report.
The program now Good Morning Salon and they come to you from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. As we mentioned, one power headline story then said today inside the program we go talk to the Chairman Wages and Compensation Commission, Alhaji Alpha Timbo. We go talk about what in the commission don't they do for address the challenge them now government payroll system. Good morning and welcome to the program Good Morning Salon.
Good morning 98.1. Good morning the people of Sierra Leone.
Continue for the week in the program. We also don't join the studio by the Executive Director, Global Youth Network, Musa Khalil Kouma. We're going to talk about the role of the National Tobacco Control Council for regulate tobacco business in the country. Good morning and welcome to the program. Good morning, Salon.
Good morning, Adiame and Musa, and good morning to our listeners.
Well, that now we studio guest them this morning and I continue for day which we now the program inside the program they look at another issue. After we one man done the in the Male Correctional Center for 12 years without trial, the Vice Chairperson for the Human Rights Commission, Victor Idris Lansana, say the reason we make the thing here the happen because the criminal justice system na salon slow. We make a call on government for begin implement Section 28 of the 1991 Constitution of Salon. We say people were there in a police cell or correctional center for long term without any trial government for compensate them. Victor Idris Lansana explained more to Osman Kamara inside this interview.
The Human Rights Commission of Sierra Leone, they do frequent monitoring of prisons, monitoring of educational centers, them medical facilities, them for just know whether human rights are being enjoyed and whether also the facilities them they are in compliance with the international best practice. So yes, I remember say some time ago when we go to Kenema, as part of the monitoring work we do, we discovered a young man, who after a preliminary investigation we a magistrate we do. I think the offense really not be robbery with aggravation or something like that. And the magistrates don't get the authority for let a try determine that matter to its entirety. So you just do what we call preliminary investigations for see whether there is enough evidence for let a commit the matter go to High Court, or if they don't get enough evidence, they discharge the matter. But in this particular instance, the magistrate can say if you get enough evidence for let this man go try go stand in trial na High Court. Then he commit the matter. But unfortunately, after that stage now, for let the matter go to High Court, let come up in High Court, it took 12 years. The guy not ever get an opportunity to get a day in court. So when I saw this guy, we went to that place. And then, because somebody go do the morning skin, we don't talk to the personnel them, we can also talk to the inmates them. So and we can address them generally. And one of the questions that we can ask, we don't know are we not ever going to court. That same day, the guy raised his up. We call him out. He can explain the situation. Say they don't pass them from one correctional center to the other. Today they didn't Freetown, tomorrow they didn't Kenima, the other day they didn't Pujon. They pass them all over the place. So we were so disappointed and frustrated.
Now, somebody for day behind bars for 12 years, they always stall in youthful age, or maybe waiting in the duality or left. What in this mean in the human rights aspect for let somebody day for that amount of year day without any trial?
Well, that's a huge human rights violation. It violates the person in rights, generally, and it's an offense. It offends the Constitution of Sierra Leone. Provisions in Chapter 3 of the Constitution of Sierra Leone. Then also, it is. If you look at also the international conventions, treaties that we don't sign up to, whether not the ICCPR, all of these laws, national, international, if you look at the African level, the African Charter of Human and People's Rights, all of these guarantee the right of people. Such a situation really presents a very shameful status quo, and it's something we have to collectively work on. We have said this over and again, that the criminal justice system looks so much disjointed. These are things the way, for produce indictment, for instance, you don't need World Bank, you don't need a EU or what have you. We can really work together as a system where is proactive, as a system where we talk to each other, talk to one another, for let we able to address the issues there.
All right. Now, as Yusuf mentioned, if you ask correctional service workman or the management and go tell you say again, then just to keep passing the. In this case, who that for blame? Is it the judiciary or the correctional service on this issue?
Well, everybody for take the blame. I'm not sure say you get for blame one institution. Everybody will share the blame. And like I say, this is not just the very first case. There are several of these cases. The justice engine, particularly so in criminal justice, it is moving very slow, and it is affecting a lot of people, and a lot of innocent people are being affected by the slow movement of that engine.
So lastly on this issue, two things. You think say authority they need for apologize to this man at this moment, or in need any something like compensation for the waste they're wasting time?
Well, they will apologize every day, all day, because like I say, this is not the first case. There are several of them. But what's really not the challenge in this country, it's the issue of compensation. We have to be now innovative and inventive and be really bold for say if people, spend beyond the constitutional time limits in cells, police cells, as the case may be, they have to be compensated. Compensation is part of our constitution. If you look at Section 28, it's there. If a man is being over-detained, then he is entitled to compensation.
In any way, this doesn't happen?
I'm yet to see that. I'm really yet to see that.
That now the Vice Chairperson for the Human Rights Commission, Victor Idris Lansana, they talked to Usman Kamara inside the interview. They also say one reason we make things like this that they happen are because of the criminal justice system that Salon way slow. We make a call on government for begin implement Section 28 of the 1991 Constitution. We say people wait there in a police cell or correctional center for long term without any trial, government for compensate them. And he talked this for sake of one man where the alleged say spent about 12 years now the male correctional center without trial. The program na Good Morning Salon.
And as we mentioned, it's a Wampawi headline story. They talk to the chairperson for the human. They talk to the chairman, wages and compensation commission, Alhaji Alpha Timbo. We go talk about what in the commission they do for address challenge na government payroll system. Will be done introduce na the studio earlier. And same also, we go talk to the Executive Director, Global Youth Network, Musa Khalil Kurma. We go talk about the role of the National Tobacco Control Council for regulate tobacco business in the country. We therefore come talk to the studio guest here, but I'll start with Alpha Timbo. We come on na We are the chairman for Wages and Compensation Commission, and this office established under the Wages and Compensation Commission Act 2022. We enroll now for address challenge them na government payroll. How far they don't go for address some of them challenger, and waiting at some of the issues them we then they address, and why they be set them up, and how far they don't go with that objective. They make we get another studio. Once again, good morning and welcome to the program. Good morning, Salon.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, people in the salon.
Okay, we don't get you now for give updates on what in your office they do for harmonize government payroll or for sanitize government payroll for address the plenty challenge them we did for sake of harmonization, promote quality and merit, centralized salary determination and other one them. But first of all, before we can look at the specific things, we start we say una day now in terms of harmonizing the payroll.
Well, thank you very much, Musa. As you may know, the Wages and Compensation Commission established, as you rightly say, by an act of parliament, we then passed in April, not 2022 and 2023. And the mandate of the commission now for lead the reform on public sector pay and compensation systems in Sierra Leone. And this mandate here, so it aligned perfectly and directly with the government's medium-term National Development Plan 2024 to 2030, we identify public sector efficiency, equity, and fiscal sustainability as things that were foundational for the pillars for national development and poverty reduction, and for mention, there is economic transformation. And the president, retired Brigadier Julius Maada Bio, very much committed for ensuring this particular aspect as a government we pursue, and because for decades the issue of salary distortions and disparities in the pay structure in the public sector, even though they persistently exist, and we are the cause of successive governments over the years were responsible for that, partly as a result of the provisions contained in the national constitution, as well as other acts of parliament where the parliament over the years been passed, we're responsible for partly for then distortions indeed. And however, say from its inception, we then established the commission. We as a commission, we know the approach we mandate with diligence and a strong commitment to transparency, as well as inclusivity and accountability. What we don't do so far, the moment then appoints me as chairman, Mr. Banya as CEO, as well as Mr. Prince Bio as deputy CEO, we'll be first house na the public sector reform unit secretariat near AYV radio, and we'll be just ready when 3 rooms will be occupied. So the first thing we do now for try for make sure say first we get the required staff we need for make we go able for operationalize the system. That will be able to take some time because of financial constraint for able to do that. It take almost 1 year, that is 2023 to 2024. We do, but we pass through that particular stage there, and once we get the secretariat running, now here we start effective public sector engagement. Because we believe the mandate cut across all public sector employees, we governed by various legislations. For instance, when you talk about initially Parliament, Parliament get their own structure. We'll be responsible for the determination of the terms and conditions of service. That is for the legislature. Then you come to the executive, that is to say both the political as well as the official executive, that is from the president, come to ministers and other departments and agencies of government, and you come to the official executive, the civil service, from the secretary to president, come down to the ordinary person at the lowest cadre for the civil service. You come out there, you come to the police, the correctional center, the military, and other commissions and departments established by government as a result of the powers conferred to the president by the Constitution of Sierra Leone. So we decide for engage their institutions, then they first for make we go tell them about the establishment of the commission. And the reason why we been do that are because most of the acts of parliament over the years, where parliament don't pass, including express provision in the constitution, it confers certain bodies the authority for determining terms and conditions of service for their employees. For instance, when you come to like the police council chaired by the vice president, we did one. We come to the defense council, the president and the chair. The defense council, and then they determine the one and the. We come to the judicial and legal service commission for the judges, it exists on that side. You come to the teachers, then get the collective agreement to bind them. So you get different outfits will be responsible for determining terms and conditions. And because then institutions, then they, over the years, they're not aligned to each other, now irresponsible for giving salary scales to a particular sector of workers without cross-reference to the other. For instance, if you get somebody when a graduate, maybe you go to the police, this one go to the army, this one go to the civil service, you find out then skills for within the start is different. And you get for do with the way the structure of compensation go. So that now in the wages and compensation established for make we can look into all the one in the harmonize. So what in the acts been do now for repeal all the provisions that will exist and then various legislations then they and confer the authority to the Wages and Compensation Commission for making get the legal mandate for able for determining the terms and conditions of service then they. And we meet with them public sector institutions and we tell them, then we ask them for make them submit to we the current conditions of service. You know, each and every institution for submit to we the current conditions of service as well as the salary scales, so that we'll be able to do cross comparisons for make we'll be able to determine. So that we'll be able to do. When we finish that, the second engagement we'll get, after we don't do an analysis of then data we'll get for call another meeting na the CCSL for look at the type of data, you know, specifically, because after we then don't give it, we look at certain areas that we get some missing things. So therefore convene that meeting day back and we'll try for show them how the data we then supposed for give high for look like, and which they did also. So as I talk so, we'll get all the data, so to speak. And in fact, the data all in at the Ministry of Finance, the Accountant General Department, but we're not going to rely on watching the number at the government department, watching them they pay over. We need for do physical check because we get for lead with the issue of compliance. So as I talk so, we get everything in terms of information as to how they know they pay the various workers in the public sector. So we'll get that before the statement of economic policies when at the 2026 budget, they read them. What in the commission do, we find out for say we not need for manage expectations. Because any side will pass, hey, Mr. Timbo, who's 10 now, then they make their salary. I will say, hey, the work is difficult to get for do other things before they will see a reflection of the work of the commission at the various payroll. Right? So what do? We work with the Ministry of Employment and Social Security first for make sure she then look at the minimum wage. And you will accept for don't hear for say the minimum wage be not revised from 800 to 1,200, although still inadequate. Right? So that are one of the activities we were engaging and collaboratively ensure that that's happened. But after that, what do? We present a position paper from the Wages and Compensation Commission to the Ministry of Finance on the 5th of November 2025, and that precedes the reading of the budget for 2026. And what we do as a commission, based on the fact that we know that we need for manage expectations, and at the same time with an outfit of government, we decide for make some proposals as a start-off for the commencement of the harmonization, right? Because then disparities they're big, so they're not going to do them just at one go, right? So in this budget 2026, what in our initial position was for make sure say the salaries of the workers will fall from grade 1 to grade 6. Now they mean supposed for do a revision on, rather than an increase in salary across board, you know. And the reason why we've been do so, it's been deliberate. Because if they give you an assignment for look at disparities and you go see in the public sector, somebody they earn 1,000, while the other one they earn 70 million. So you will find out for say, it makes sense for say that one where they get 70,000 for now. You can wait small so that the one who get 1,000 instead go to like 3,000 or 4,000. Okay. That now they promote fairness and equity. So that's now we been do for give as a step for start the process. But unfortunately, it not be happen so.
So the Ministry of Finance, according to the position paper when I present to the Ministry of Finance for circa the 2026 budget, you say one of una appeal now for say they get an increment of salary from grade 1 to grade 6, but that not happen according to you. The Ministry of Finance will give any kind of reason why they not be good by that advice the way una give to them.
Yeah, not being give reason, and apparently, but it happened. It was unfortunate in the sense that in the process of determining that one, we therefore make sure say we be very proactive for ensure say at least the voice of WCT is heard, because people are always resistant to change, and the submissions they will make, as I say, reflects on the 2026 budget at all. When I say good area. Right, the government give about 25%, to certain categories of workers, and some of them want to lay back. Now, people we believe say at this time they're not for don't get increased for this particular period.
Most of the provisions or the things they want to put on a position paper, you say government no adhere to them, put advice, and they want to put on a position paper. You feel disappointed, or the commission feel disappointed?
A bit, yes, on that particular aspect, since we believe there has been a strong commitment, and when I talk about government, I mean here both the legislature and the executive, right? Both the legislature and executive. And we believe strongly, say, if we are committed as a government, all of us, including the legislature and parliament, the executive and the parliament, some of their recommendations will be made so for start from there, right? For start from there. However, that's not dampen with spirit at all, right? As a commission, what we don't do, we'll make sure say now we position ourselves for the reading of the next budget.
So the harmonization of salary now be one commitment from government side for address the salary disparity in the public sector. Now you say you feel disappointed that
a bit,
most of the things that we want to put on a position paper, government and the Ministry of Finance not seem for go by them the advices and they. How you go determine government commitment in harmonization of salaries?
No, I don't mention so. I say we need for increase with commitment, because initially I was very much proactive, because the government commitment to the scalar, right? Like for instance, for passing the law, for the fact that the president courageous enough for making sign the bill, that's not commitment, right? Secondly, I always put them back for the fact that within the provision of the act itself, what they require the president for do at that time, he do them. What's in that? Now he responsible for appointing the chairman and the chief executive and deputy. He did that also. So if you don't do that, from the executive point of view, you see there is a commitment for establish the commission, right? Then secondly, coming to the Ministry of Finance for provide the operational budget for make the commission work. That one was also positive. But it's not just about going there and sit and receive salary. No, it's about the outcome of what you have been charged to go and do. I hope you understand.
And for you think say at this moment government just take the institution as if like Alpha Timbo na senior person, we just provide job for her?
I'm not going to say that so, but it appears so.
It look familiar.
So. They look familiar because frankly the work is not difficult to be done. I hope you understand.
But you think say at the end of the day commitment don't be the deterrent for now? Is that the
yes
case?
For now, yes. And there is need for an improved commitment.
What happened to interagency collaboration?
It very much encouraging the interagency cooperation in the sense that the agencies here ask them for the conditions of service they provided us, right? In terms of the one they would cover the police, the military, the HRMO. As I say, all the institutions, then they would manage the payroll for the people who are supposed to harmonize, right? Then do them, right? And the side way I say the commitment we need for improvement, because immediately after the passing of the Wages and Compensation Act, Parliament go back, then establish another act for remove Parliament from the determination. of the compensation at the public sector, right? We give special outfit to Parliament for determining their own terms and conditions. Then the second aspect we should see, like as if we need for improved commitment, especially when they pass the Finance Act of 2026, we go about for repeal certain provisions back. Now the wages and compensation, right? We get for do with section 37 and 30, the section 37 and 38 of the Finance Act. You know, we go for replace back some of the provisions originally contained by the Wages and Compensation Commission. And for we, as a commission, we feel that's a bit unfortunate.
Okay.
No?
When we come back to you, will they look at within Parliament's own provision where they make outside the commission in mandates, and also the repeal where they make how that affects that?
Yeah.
And also how una the work for harmonized salaries or control salary of political appointees, because plenty time with the State House they determine how then the people with the letters they wouldn't publish. We'll look more into that inside the program. In the chairman for Wages and Compensation Commission, Alhaji Alpha Timbo, where they talk about within the commission then they do for address challenge the government payroll system. The program Good Morning Salon they continue. As we mentioned, we still get now the studio, the Executive Director of Global Youth Network, Musa Khalil Kurma. We therefore talk about the role of the National Tobacco Control Council for regulate tobacco business in the country. Well, inside 2022, Parliament of Salon been passed the Tobacco and Nicotine Control Act, we for regulate smoking in public places there. But since then, established this act inside 2022. The president's been signed up in September the same year, but still now they not get office or they not establish the council yet way for regulate or implement this law. That's now concern for the Executive Director of Global Youth Network. Good morning once more and welcome to the program Good Morning Salon.
Thank you so much for having me, Musa.
Why are not so concerned about the Tobacco and Nicotine Control Act and the council being established?
Firstly, Sierra Leone ratified the WHO Framework Convention of Tobacco Control since 2009. And since 2009, it took very long for we develop a bill where we get for go through several phases and stages for finally Parliament be able to pass on August 3rd, 2022, like you rightly mentioned. But also it took also another almost 8 months for get President for assent to the bill for let become an act. But finally, through a call to action we be led by Focus 1000 sometime in early 2023. Finally, the President will definitely begin for sign the Tobacco Nicotine Control Act of number 10 of 2022 on the 6th of April 2023. But ever since when that be happened, that be make Salon the number 38 country where we get tobacco control laws in the WHO African region. And also proud forces by virtue of statistics and reports, Salon get one of the best tobacco control laws in the sub-region. But unfortunately, since then, the president, the act of itself get provisions where one of them, the most important and foremost one, for His Excellency the President appoint a chairman for lead the Tobacco and Nicotine Control Council. And until that chairman is appointed and the council is formed, then that's no go for implement the provisions them within the Tobacco and Nicotine Control Act number 10 of 2022. But why you ask me what the importance of that? So number one, you see the rise of substance abuse, in the context, especially with young people, and we serve and we work with young people, and all of them stages and phases of young people involving themselves in tobacco, starting in whatever kind of drugs or whatever, starts from tobacco. Now we see the rise of modernized products, shisha, we see vape, we see all of this. This is now the industry in tactics for get young people, for lure young people into smoking. And smoking gets over series of preventable diseases and deaths where they happen. WHO say over 8 million people in the world they die out of smoking. And among that 8 million, 600,000 they die due to secondhand smoking. What do you mean? I know they smoke over, I don't hear somebody where they smoke So when that person puff out in smoke, he can to me, myself they get the same sick or are eligible for get the same sick where that person gets and they lead to death. And Salone of according to DHS 2017, over 3,300 people they die of tobacco. So you can imagine the kind of the losses they get with GDP and the cost of health and all that kind of stuff.
That same global statistics reflects to Salone?
Yeah, sure,
in the Apona Salone?
Of course.
We get any organization or body where they pick then data up?
Yeah,
and
WHO. In fact, WHO, Ministry of Health, even yesterday, we were at Radisson Blu, get a stakeholders engagement, and you listen to several speakers, whether from the Ministry of Health, from WHO, from ATCA, from Health for All Coalition, from WIACT, and you see that there is really urgent need, and we believe in His Excellency the President. We know at times it can take him time for do things, but definitely we don't see the commitment we don't do since 2023. We don't try we level best at different quarters. But this year, because we all know tobacco day on the 31st of May, we'll just don't celebrate a week-long activity. Maybe we'll go talk about later. We see and say, Lord, do a call to action and remind His Excellency the President for curtail the future, the deaths and the kind hazard, the harms where they happen to young people. Please make you appoint the chairman of the Tobacco and Nicotine Control Council.
One of the position for the call on the president for appoint the chairperson for the council. Now we look at the role of the council in terms of addressing tobacco business in the country. What's now the specific role of the council?
Thank you so much. So the act of itself very clear, in terms of what the council supposed to do. So if you can recall, when the bill was passed in Parliament, there was a public awareness that smoking is banned. Public smoking is banned. So let me make this disclaimer first. It is not smoking that is banned. It is public smoking that is banned. So if somebody you still want to continue for smoke, at least you move 10 meters away from people. So like if I want for smoke, I move 10 meters. If I move 10 meters, I meet on a print, I go left, they move till I reach na bush. You understand? For that no smoke. You understand? So now that's not be the outcry. But now the council now they're supposed to enforce the laws. There are a lot of things and provision inside the act of itself. Number one, for sell, for advertise tobacco product at all any longer. Number two, for put on a shelf where person they say if you want sell tobacco, if you keep on somewhere. The only way person can ask. Number three, for sell them to Pekin, where they under age. Number four, for sell around school vicinity. Number five, if you catch somebody they smoke in the street on a public place, you get right to arrest them or refer them to you. So there are a lot of things. But the council now they're responsible for enforce the regulations. Yeah. As I talk to you after the act don't be there, there's a regulations right now where don't be developed where that's not just validation left, and also a guidelines. You understand? All of these they in place. Now, just that if the chairman not there, the council not set up, then there will be no implementation of the act.
Well, now don't they make this call for a very long time since 2022, where Parliament be passed this law and President be sign. Now don't they make this call for the President or government appoint a chairperson for this council? We there into 2026. Now still they make this call. Also, not think or feel the challenge there in terms of the appointment of this chairperson.
So they call them different. So first, like I mentioned, from the background, Salone ratified the WHO Framework Convention of Tobacco Control 2009. After that 2009, then we get a lot for do. After you don't ratify whatever treaty, you get for come and domesticate. Where you get for develop a bill and you get for become an act, for it become a law, etc., etc. So we get that done in 2022, as I say, in August 3rd. Finally. So that was the one call for us. We then another one for go through the history of which we pass. The bill lost, the wood, go Parliament, this and that. We get that done. After Parliament don't pass them, now we make a call for the President sign them. And of course, like I say, President listen. We make a call, public call, and he sign them. He sign it become a law. You understand? Now it don't become a law, let's implement it. So that's why for implementing, one of the first thing is to appoint a chairman for lead the council. If that chairman not there, then there will be no council. If that chairman not there, there will be no enforcement. If that chairman not there, then there will be no law. The law not will be useful. It just laid on one shelf. So now we call, and all president always listen. And we call not to just we, WHO, all players they work on the advocacy on tobacco control. They kindly request to president. And we refer to president because our president get the ultimate authority for our point. But definitely we don't engage several sectors. We're starting from the Ministry of Health, we don't get several engagement with the deputy minister, with the NCD directorate, we don't go to chief minister office. So things are happening, but we feel like engaging the media, we feel like making out a call, a national call, definitely will speed up, His Excellency. And I know say President, they listen, Radio Democracy, and then go tell them, say, Pa, I think it's hard time that really we'll get for take some action, follow up on this channel.
When we had a meet with them, Bodia, the chief minister's office, other authorities, them, waiting then they tell una as to why, since them pass this law, the president no appoints chairman or set up this council yet.
Well, like I said, now president get the ultimate authority for appoint. You understand? The minister then gets their own work when they do. Mr. Timboyana, the former minister, they go tell you, say, they not they go coerce president. Then go only nominate, then go recommend. President get for taking time for no say yes, I want this or this is right. Because I get for me, if president appoint somebody and not perform, now they get bad name. Then go say now you appoint. So you get for taking time. Maybe do that and nominate. No suit them, or maybe get for investigate, get for find out who is this person, wait till it go represent you well. So there are a lot of things in there, but also we are aware, say, the tobacco industry, they play great back end role in the fight against this, because there are people where they make money at the expense of people dying. You understand? Because people then they win at their own business than they. So they self get influences when they do press on button them for letting delays that they happen. But we don't say president definitely, even in fact bringing the free health care. Most money government they spend, most the money they go, most percentage they go towards health. So appointing the chairman, of course, reduce the number of deaths, reduce the number of bill for health services, etc. Go play a great role and also go help in resource mobilization.
What don't be una challenge for reach to the president directly?
At times you get for go to channels. There are several approaches to advocacy.
2022 to now is almost 4 years.
2023.
2023 accent. Almost 3 or 2 complete years don't pass. What don't be the stumbling block for reaching the president?
Well, like I say, the advocacy gets a lot of approaches. Not to all them for go do riots, not to all them for go do protests. At times, even this medium we create, so you understand, this might be something the call where finally the president will say, well, let me do this. As you don't answer, the wishes of them from now to Friday, say, flow see a press release, a president, it has pleased His Excellency the President to do this. So maybe this is the right time. Maybe in a Radio Democracy, President go listen and say, okay, you know what? Yes, I think it's this person. They make sense. They don't say why everybody's like a push. We don't they try. We all level best. Like I say, you get channels. You don't get for bypass people because most of the time, President is don't appoint. You have people that wait to us and they nominate. Okay. So there is a process. You understand? If you don't know the process, then you say you be to gone. Then of course you don't get tired.
You mentioned about the tobacco industry, where you say behind the scene that they play a kind of backstop button. You think as a result of the role of the industry make government still a delay for appoint the chairperson for the council? I don't get
no evidence to that claim, but it's possible because the tobacco industry all around the world, them people will get money. This is not where they make money. But that's why if you go now, that make the council really needed because there are even in the current Finance Act, they get provision that for increased tax on cigarettes. And also, even, they buy now the price of one. A lot of things in the act we go able to generate revenue for government, for just discourage people from smoking. Okay. You understand? So the tobacco industry of itself, now very powerful people all around the world. Last year I was in Ireland. We get the World Conference on Tobacco Control. You can't believe it. We were in that conference center. The tobacco industry, it was a 3 days event. The second day, then come and they get their own way of doing things. You understand? Because these are powerful people. Tobacco get money. But why not go into food production? Why not bring food to people rather giving people the thing where they kill them?
So you mentioned about the Ministry of Health. What did the act say in terms of who that for nominates the appointment of the chairperson to president?
Of course, now the minister, I don't do that. That has been done long since.
The minister, yes, the current minister confirmed that, so he say they don't nominate somebody to president for approval.
Of course, a name was nominated, but according to recent findings, I think discussions they go around the nominations. Nominations was really done. Up to yesterday, we get a tete-a-tete with the SPS, with the senior permanent secretary, now the Ministry of Health, and they make them very clear that. They engage with the minister and they support the minister in terms of really putting together the nominations whatever for reach out to the president.
We'll come back to you with a look at this name nominated and waiting at the way forward for ensure the presidents indeed will call for appoints and set up the council and appoint chairman for this council so that then we'll begin implement the Nicotine and Tobacco Control Act of 2022. The program na Good Morning Salon, you be listening to the Executive Director, Global Youth Network, Musa Khalil Kuruma, where they talk about the role of the National Tobacco Control Council for regulated tobacco business at the country. We'll come to studio guest them shortly. We'll go for this break.
Access Bank Sierra Leone Limited, registered office 9 and 11 Lightfoot Boston Street, Freetown, Sierra Leone. Notice is hereby given that the annual general meeting of members of the above named bank will be held at the registered office, 3rd floor, 9 and 11 Lightfoot Boston Street, Freetown, Sierra Leone, and virtually via video conference and or teleconference using the Microsoft Teams platform on Friday, 12th June 2026 at 11 GMT to transact the following businesses. 1. To receive the chairman's statement. 2. To receive the audited financial statements of the company for the year ended 31st December 2025, together with the reports of the directors and auditors thereon. 3. To declare a dividend for the year ended 31st December 2025. 4. To elect or re-elect directors and to fix their remuneration. 5. To appoint auditors and to authorize the directors to fix their remuneration. 6. To transact any other business proper to be transacted at an annual general meeting. By order of the board. Signed, Company Secretary, Freetown Nominees Limited, 3D 3rd Road of Regent Road, Hill Station, Freetown. Telephone +232 76151521. Note: a member has the right to appoint a proxy to attend and vote for and on the member's behalf. Such proxy need not be a member of the company. A copy of the instrument appointing the proxy and nominations for directorship should reach the registered office not later than 48 hours before the meeting.
Bloomberg Digital Banking don't come for it.
I said so. You look stressed so.
Nah, bank they won't go so.
Me sister, go digital.
Digital?
Yes, with Bloomberg Digital Banking. Just tap, click, swipe and send money, receive money, check your balance, pay your bills and get quick loans before Jacko cuts your eye.
But Abu left fly.
Well, bring your phone.
Not so easy and quick.
Yes, with Bloomberg Digital, you can bank with freedom any side na the world. Your money is safe and secure. Also, you can do business and transfer money instantly by your currency across Africa. Quick one with Colats.
Wow! As from today, call me Aisatu Bloomberg Digital. I dey go tell all me party them for join Bloomberg Digital Banking.
Go ahead and download our digital banking app from Google Play Store and Apple Store, or visit any of our branches for further details. For no more, you can visit our website, bloombankafrica.com. Bloombank Africa. Let's make it happen.
The program Good Morning Salon, they continue to come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. We will bring you this edition of the program Good Morning Salon. Musa Kamarana Minim.
And Adeyemi Jackson.
We take one power headline stories. Then Musa 130-year-old woman wait up na Moiba community na the east of Freetown don't allege say some so we made them don't ask them for pay 25,000 leons fine or then go join them the Sowe Society by force. This woman talk this way, it be the give updates, but one incident will happen May 14 this year na the Moiba community. We say in allege say the chief Sowe for the Moiba community and the company them being put on bundo by force. For more on this, we join Kabia, but one for remind we listeners and viewers say this report gets strong language them. If you not willing, you can twin off force or you can dull them after the report, but it gets some languages them we very, very strong.
People wey don dey follow Radio Democracy go don aware of one story where we been dey run of one 30-year-old woman where them put bondo by force na the Moiba community, na the eastern part na Freetown. After we don run this story, this woman come with concern again say, apart from the bondo where they don't put them people once for go put am so by force.
The one go put me back and so where they don't put me bondo back, the one go timba pass away me back. Na make I go na way dey. Me see panado be they no gree. The doctor don't put me. Odo clean me face well pink. They no want no but so no more than left it to this time. I go hospital, I go do medical and those. So now they then check me there. Right mercy for me, but I'm not able to buy the aid.
So you been go na police?
I go na police, I don't report, I don't do all things. I just don't report the statements they did. And they were, I do and to me with Uli, with Sampa, with Wakapade.
So they were all na soe mami there?
Yeah, they all na soe mami there. Then they up Moiba.
So how you feel now? The south side them put you the bondo, how you feel? They okay now?
They not okay. Fine? They not okay. They work but they feel the pain. They not okay. Cause no good treatment, no day for me for my go per this year. No injection, they not give me.
This woman, same way so alleged say, them people here don't threaten and say, if he not pay the 25,000 loans fine, then go join and so way by force.
They not allowed because they say we na cost to cost, don't for pay fine. We don't put it when I go call fine there. We na 25 million. Now mama say no get some. Man a plastic then they go take and sell and survive. Now say this case I mean not go able can sign for them kind money there. Una don't go push the picky bondo down. Una say back for go give una money. Now say you no get some.
This woman the same way so alleged say them people here we been put on bondo by force that the Moiba community get in blood and some parts of the tin them where them be cut sparam where in say they want for use for ritual service for kill am.
They hold me per species them. Then say then they go do me bad because I wanna win at the place. Me do what's there, me tin never be they use the me blood the all tin the all. In say in get paper, in a Freddy's case, in a Fatima be one per the case. Then they threaten me. Then say me then they kill me see me don't wanna win, they kill me say to me picking there. Any side and see me then they hold me. Right now they hide, I'm not able for take care of me picking there, I know they see me picking there. Now they pass offer. Now they want they talk so. Now I say okay, man, no get money, but government they fight for me.
Now this call, this woman gets for make to government and Soyat organization them.
The caller they make at the big papa government. They are una fight for me. Me na popo woman. Mama no get, papa no get. I get me picking there. I mean they suffer with them up and down. I mean they take care of them. I no get man. I made them people that sees advantage for me because you not see no good policy behind me. My family poor. Papa government they are the beg una Fatima Bio are the beg una intervene for this issue. They are una help me for me picking they una help me fight them people they are. They don't see the advantage and because of me people they not get. And they cry to una, do ya una help me for God. Do ya? And they call on the president. Madam Bio do ya intervene for this issue. Una fight for me. Them people ya. Then they boast today, then say they get money. In saying Fatima, they now want for this case. You know they afraid, they get money. Because me not get, me people they not get. I made them they do me so. They are una help me. Fetch them people they are una help me take care of me picking there. They are me they beg papa government. Right now no get place for day. Now either hide so. Right now either hide so. Me mama usa day. Now they want kill me so. You don't go pull me thing and they with me picking there. Right now no get side for day.
Waiting the law say for join people bondo by force, Victor Idris Lansana, now the vice chairperson for the Human Rights Commission at Salon, he explained.
The Constitution of Sierra Leone say the Constitution is the supreme law. Everybody gets rights for choose for belong to an association or an organization. So conversely, everybody gets rights not for belong. Okay, so you cannot come and conscript somebody into an organization or a society where anyone for belong to. And luckily in this case, this na adult, until like below 18-year-old person. Why would you take this person forcefully go join a society. We no want. You get for allow the person for make up in mind. So that is clearly human rights abuse because the person need for be given the opportunity for make a decision for himself. So whosoever may have done so, it don't abuse the rights of that person.
This woman be alleged say and be don report this case na the Ross Road police station na the eastern part na Freetown. According to the woman, from where he reports this case, say now police not take action yet, even though the people and the threatening for kill am. As we dey put this report together now, World Hope International don't take this woman at a safe home. But even though he say the NGO they don't dey help am, but in hope say government where they in charge of citizens their life go protect them and give am justice. For Radio Democracy, Kabia the reports.
The program now Good Morning Saloon, it comes to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. And we bring you this edition of the program. Musa Kamarana Minim.
And Adeyemi Jackson.
We still get Alpha Timbo na the program, chairman for Salary and Compensation Commission. Inside the program, they talk about what they don't do. Where the Wages and Compensation Commission don't do for harmonize salaries and reduce some of the challenges them where the payroll don't they get. Members say we get the Bar Association online for talk on the postponement of the election and waiting at the new date and some of the things that we don't put in place and why then postpone then election. We come to Alpha Timbo. You don't talk about issues then before we go for that break. Earlier you talk about Parliament we pass this law, set up a parallel body for evade or not for go by the commission or the law we then pass. What are this law we Parliament pass and how this they affects the implementation of the commission in work?
Well, as I say, the wages and compensation, when they establish them, then the various bodies, they would have been confer authority for determining terms and conditions of service for them. They repeal and then give to the wages. We not been the right thing to do.
Okay.
Right? So, but immediately, and the act say, any act will come into being, no, prior to the establishment of the Wages and Compensation Commission is in null and void. So, within Parliament do, immediately after the passing of the Wages and Compensation Act, now in Parliament pass what you call the Parliamentary Act number 26 of 2023. So that don't come after the Wages and Compensation Act. So then they now establish a separate framework for terms and conditions of service, specifically for members of Parliament. I hope I get that point there.
Okay.
After the Wages and Compensation, where you say any act will be known there, we been give authority to any establishment or institution for determining terms and conditions of service for them is hereby repealed for make the wages we will do their job. And Parliament can pass the Parliamentary Act of number 26 of 2023. We make clear Parliament their own conditions be determined.
In one word, directly describe that action.
Yes, separately. Well, I make a seeming lack of commitment. I hope you understand. Then apart from that also, the fact that recently also the government also review some particular aspects, then remove section 22 of the Wages and Compensation Act, right? Now they replace them with section 37, right? And 38 of the Finance Act. This 37 and 38 Financial Act again, now you can set up now back another committee, right? We could determine salaries for the president, vice president, and council ministers, and other people. With section 115 of the Constitution of Sierra Leone expressly make provision for. We then say, during the tenure of office of such officials, the emoluments them, they're not going to reduce them to their disadvantage. I hope you understand. But in the selection of them particular officers, then some officers then they were the section 115, then still left them. So then confuse the commission. So what we do after maybe don't do a literature review on all the existing legislations, including the national constitution, now we get the responsibility for go back. now for look at section 115 and look at the position of the president, the vice president, the speaker, deputy speaker, members of parliament, again, ministers and deputy ministers, judges and chairman and members of the electoral commission. But then the speaker of parliament, the parliamentary act what I mentioned, I govern them. So there is a question of inconsistency. So what I don't decide for do just for the purpose of clarity. We don't write a letter to the Solicitor General so that we try to look at the inconsistencies and say with a view for make we ensure say we all as a government we work in unison and make sure say there is no conflict of laws. Right? So that's the first thing we do. Right? Then apart from that, since they don't establish, I think that be the best legislation, even Ghana will go. They get the Fair Wages Commission, we not like that of the Wages and Compensation Commission. But then we legislation then take as the best one, because that is what they are going to do now. So it's like a reversal of a vision where initially, we go about for make sure see the issue of inequity, the issue of disparities were addressed. Okay. So now, like I talk, while the wages and compensation could do this, then maybe Parliament could do that, then this one could do that. They will come back to the same problem.
More we can look at some of the issues than the Inimna Alaji Alpha Timbo, the chairman for Wages and Compensation Commission. They for harmonized government salaries, but government payroll and condition of service. But as you get from this morning, challenge day and inconsistency still persist. What they do now as you don't begin talk about them? Would they go for this break? We continue the program. Good morning, Salon.
You bland taste ice cream and you don't feel like an ice cream? No worry again, because Blue Moon ice cream don't come for you.
Blue Moon ice cream na salon that they make up and you get different flavor them like chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, almond, bubblegum, plain yogurt, chocobar, ice pop, and different other flavor them.
You're available in all supermarkets and we shop there in Sanders Street, Wellington Street, Wilkinson Road, and Waterloo. Serve, we work man at the worker with the push cart they sell. Now salon the factory day when they make this ice cream here. So get better taste with Blue Moon ice cream. It's refreshing and they give you more satisfaction.
For more information, you can call me on 077-633-633. Blue Moon ice cream, the taste of happiness.
Tell me what in the stop nonsense.
You dey look for side for keep you money and for make you business grow?
Well, now the term is so for keeping money with any community bank or financial services association, we then they call FSA, with the all side na salon, because then a good party with good condition, we easy for the ordinary man.
They go guide you fine one, but how for manage your money for change your life and the people them and your community. Never say when you keep your money in a bank where they near you not just they keep money for bye, but you they help your community for go before.
So waiting you the wait, you be businessman or farmer, petit together, so he act person, teacher or anybody keep your money in any community bank or FSA where they near you and see how your life go better.
Tell me what in the stop nonsense. Now money they stop nonsense.
Cecil, do you know any sharp user I go able get quality laptop or desktop computer for buy? When I go give me wahala like the last one?
Aisha, you see this Dell computer na me hand? It don't pass 8 years from where I begin use it. It no one day give me problem. Na Palestino International in shop, na 5 and 6 Gloucester Street, na they a buyer. Not to copyright Palestino they sell, na original. You see this me plasma TV, this Samsung home theater, me standing fan and mobile phone. Every day when you see them, it's like a new one. They don't pass 8 years na me hand. Palestino don't open Palestino International Computer Shop na 3 Bojon Street Bow. Also you they get all kind computer for buy. For more, just call 076 56 5432 077 80 5898. Palestino International in Computer Shop, all team Dede for you.
The program now Good Morning Salon and they come to you from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. We're now on a time for begin look at some of the messages them where people down the send the program, and for start with take this one from Michael Indova. Now Facebook page say Good Morning 98.1 public smoking could not only limited to buses and the street, but it's good that you start focusing at different workplace, because some of us working with foreign people from Asia, their smoking pattern is really affecting us, more especially the Chinese, India, and Lebanese people.
This one from Mohammed Rojas. He say, "Good morning, Radio Democracy and Minister Timbo. The present 1,200 millions minimum wage did not reflect on our salary. For example, the military, the police, and correctional service. And again, the harmonization of salary has taken too long since 2019. Why is that when it comes to masses, government is slow, but for themselves, it is too fast?" From Mohammed Rojas, now Facebook page.
This one from Almami says, "Smoking is dangerous to human health, but why government is slowly delaying to appoint a chairperson for this council?"
We look at more messages them inside the program. This one from Mohammed Saliu Sanko. He said, "Why this year the 1 month leave allowance for employees is taxable?"
This one from Abubakar Nabi said, "Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for the push. However, I would like to know if this minimum wage is taxable. If yes, what is the minimum tax-free?"
We continue for a look at more messages them inside the program. Mohammed FS Kamara, you say there are a lot of employees and wages compensation violation in the mining industry. The salary scale is nothing good to write home about. The condition of service is very insulting.
This one from Mohammed FS Kamara say, "Is the commission only for a government sector? What about the private sector?"
Well, with the messages here, the Cantowi studio guest them for make them respond. They start with the man from the on the Tobacco and Nicotine Control Act and the setup of the council. Within the program, they advocate and call on the attention of the government and president for set up this commission. And in name Musa Khalil Kurma, Executive Director of Global Youth Network. Messages then come for you. You can respond to them before we come to Mr.
Yes, so
Sudo.
I think now just two messages relate to me. One talk about say smoking is dangerous for health, why government they delay. So I think it's the clarion call we all they make to government and not to coerce or the coerce government or His Excellency in our appeal they make for save the lives of we citizens them in this country, and especially we young people who see they die. And imagine the next 10, 15, 20 years, how long would they if we not really try for curtail the issues of tobacco and other drug-related substances where young people then they consume. And also somebody talk about public smoking, say not to just for schools and offices. So when you say public now any outside more than one or two people there. So it can be street, it can be inside the studio, it can be now you compound safe, hence not to you one day. So when you say public, any outside people in gather. So like I said that time, also not to smoking that was banned, it was public smoking that was banned. And there are provisions that, for advertise cigarettes anymore, even the labeling. Now if it be plain packaging, before we small, they even see, they read and they say smoking is dangerous for your health, Marlboro, 5.5, Cosmos, all that. But now they even see as a man still the smoker. So like public smoking is general, and you get right, like I say, waiting they make, like somebody they make mention, say, outside the walk, I think, or foreigners or whatever, they smoke, then smoking habits. Some other countries where you go, then get smoke zones, even some airports. Then get some rooms there where you go inside and smoke. But Salono gets more than 10 days. So that make the law say, move 10 meters away until you go outside. Nobody not doing that. You one day if you want to smoke at all. But definitely smoking in its entirety is not good for anybody. There is no health benefit in any way. It's not good.
If government not pass this law, or not appoint somebody into this position, what in the law mean? What it mean for the act?
Number one, the act could be useless. It could just lay down a shelf, dust the full up panel. Two, we will continue to see the increase of death Now you and I know, go to public places weekend, you go see shisha. Maybe I'll not talk about that. Let me just talk about that because this is very key for young people to know. Many young people feel say shisha, not to cigarettes. So shisha, one pot of shisha is equivalent to over 100 sticks of cigarettes. So you see young ladies, young people, and they take her as pleasure. Like it's now just common that I for go to the any side you go pass you shisha. So imagine one grain person to take that one pot of shisha, you don't consume about 100 sticks of cigarettes. You 1 grain in 1 minute. Okay. So you go see how young people they die just like that. So we'll continue for see increase in debt. We will continue for see increase in the rise of substance abuse, and we will see the use of how young people they languish, because of the NTR. But definitely we know say the president what we know, because like I say from 2009 not to now happen. Now only in this current governance 2022 2023 now begins the improvement. I know say President Biogo definitely want to make this in one of a legacy before he left. And I sure say go appoint the chairperson.
Musa Khalil continue for stay with you inside the program, and plenty messages don't come again for you and also Mr. Timbo. But anytime from now, we go online and join Alfred Kamanda, Public Relations Officer for the Salon Bar Association, as they announce postponements of the conference will happen on Thursday and Wednesday. On Thursday in Kadco. Good morning, Commander, and welcome to the program. Good morning, Saloon.
Good morning, and thanks for having me.
Yes, just yesterday you now been one of we panelists them at the studio. They talk about una conference we for happen na Lunge, and also we say una go pick new executive. But just after that, we see a press release. We say una don't postpone this Bar Association Congress we get for happen. Tell me what happened.
So, firstly, we want to apologize to the members them and the general public for this postponement, because now the general public is also very interested in bar activities. So just after the program yesterday, we been get an online meeting with all directors, including the president, and we realize we get some challenges with our logistics and financial challenges where it could prevent we from holding the said AGM on the said dates will be done set aside. So because of that, we decide it's but prudence that we put out a release out there to the membership and the general public, so that then we'll know say that this is not the situation, and as a result we'll be therefore invoke Article 11 of the Memorandum and Articles of Association of the company, so that we able to do this and extend with time, because Article 11 they tell we say we're able to conduct them in 15 months after the last AGM. So then it tell you so you get like 12, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, so 3 months extra day. But within that 3 months day, we can able to come out with the dates, and then we inform the public and we membership. So basically, I've been telling I say a number of we members decide for pay very late in the day, where they make them very difficult for me. We even put together the names of voters, people who qualify for votes and they voted for, because we make them very clear that we M&A make them clear that it's for fully paid up members that they get rights of votes and be voted for. And the treasurer then they collect this information from the receipts that we don't collect, the slips that we don't collect from members we don't go pay in a bank. So that day we they use, and then we transmit that information there to the secretariat, we headed by the general secretary, and then they now nine in the pool as the final list of qualified members. So I think they give you an opportunity this time around for able to get the list in time, and let able to know who that qualify for votes and be voted for.
Commander,
and I think
you may sound very confident yesterday when we interview that
I
don't book the hall. If I don't book the hall we in a layer hotel, una don't make arrangement them. What thing go all una back where you say logistical challenge?
Well, I'm very sure yesterday when I did at the studio that yes, we are going to move on with this. And I'm equally not happy that we're not able to move on with this because I want to get this off my back. But like I say, challenges beyond we control make we not able to hold the AGM again. And because of that, we ask for postponement.
Is it this the opposition no go watch them as time buying from the current executive?
Well, this is an opportunity for both camps, if there are camps at all, both teams, for use these moments now for even further aggressively campaign. Like I tell you yesterday, I am in this not for win power, no. Thank God I even don't get somebody now really contest against me. So it means it's either me or that other person there. So that the person and all other team members use this opportunity for demand for more accountability, more transparency, and be aggressive in their campaigns. Whoever wins, it's a win for the bar. And Adande myself wants, and Adande I think so the people of Sierra Leone wants, that we get quality representation, that we get an open field, that we get transparency and more accountability. So this is something good for we all, in as much as we all be not prepared. And I think the other team, they even complain that and say, oh, time and this and that. So now they have enough time to do what they want to do. And we also have enough time for prepare and then go into the polls. But we don't make it clear in the release that this period, ain't not going to be like any period where we did take advantage of or them they take advantage of for, say, we they bring in new members, we go qualify for votes and they voted for. No. These are the period from where the treasurer compile in list and now hand her over to the general secretary. So
what in the need dates for this conference?
No, we don't communicate that eight. We forget a meeting, and when we see the challenges, we don't able to address them. Then we will communicate them. But it will be within 3 months period from now.
Thank you for joining me in Saturday edition of the program, Alfred Kamanda.
You're welcome, boss. You're welcome, boss. Thank you very much.
For get updates from you. Inimna Alfred Kamanda, Public Relations Officer for the Salon Bar Association. They talk about postponement of the bar election. We for be Thursday na the Lea Hotel na Lungi. The program Good Morning Salon they continue. Do you hear me?
Come to you from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. We get for come over to we studio guest them, but for now we they go for this music break.
Truth alone. The truth will reveal you now. You see their faces, but you never know their thoughts. Every baby knows that talk is cheap, so cheap. You see their actions, but you never know their reactions. Time and time alone. And every eyes will see, truth will reveal, the truth will reveal, things that are hidden. I said the things that them hide deep down inside. Truth will reveal, the truth will reveal what's in their hearts, what is in their hearts. Truth them try to hide from long time gone, but you and I knows that looks at the saying. Remember the say, still waters run deep, so watch it how you're running steep. Time and time all them high deep down in Babylon. Truth will reveal, the truth will reveal. Oh boy, what's in their hearts, and what is in their heart.
Well, we want to say plenty thank you to Nasio Fonte for that song, the way it do for we the truth will reveal. The program na Good Morning Salon and they come to you from Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. We come over to we studio guest them and we go to the chairman for the Wages and Compensation Commission, Alhaji Alpha Timbo. Earlier on, before we go for the telephone interview there with the PRO for the bar association, text messages then become for you for respond. You can respond to the text messages then.
Yeah, and thank you very much, Ade. The first person, he say the minimum wage, the 1,200, he say, reflect by your own pay. Well, I'm surprised. So since not to me they manage the payroll, what I go do after this particular program, I go call the Accountant General, Mr. Williams, or Mr. Conte, when I the Deputy Accountant General, working responsible for pay. I know what will happen, but if he say, then don't pay. Right? Then the other person say, why is it that when you come for the masses, government slow, but we camp and then you say government fast? Well, this is why also that the person know how then they do the masses, then you fast. And maybe based on my explanation I make. I just want to make it, say, yes, this is not something we supposed to make sure say we improve on, right? I can remember when they talk about the petrol adjustment. When the price go up, then they increase and quick. But when the price come down, when you can now for make we go adjust, come down, we will chase small. Now in this person they say, these are some of the things that then they talk about the society, we attitude them. We supposed to be empathetic to people them and make sure say people and get trust in we for say waiting affect them or for doing quickly. So that is well noted. This person say why 1 month leave is taxable. This guy for do with the threshold. Right? As at now I know go able remember which is the threshold, but if you allowance, if you leave past that amount then you can taxable. The minimum wage, this National Labour Conference, we've been getting an argument, right, with the other people at the NRA and the Ministry of Finance. We and the Labour Congress person say, then they tax the minimum wage, right? And they say they're not the tax, and so we verify that, then they tax them. But there and then, the Vice President, we did it, he looked into that particular issue, and we resolved, say, the minimum wage not for be taxable, right? Then this other person say is the why for government sector, what about, okay, whether the commission is only there for the government, he asked what about the private sector. Yes, this now the Wages and Compensation Commission, it cover mainly public sector workers, the one that we government they pay from the Consolidated Revenue Fund or subvented institutions then. For the private sector, we get the Industrial Relations Act, and don't review the current minister don't review that from 1971 at the 2024. Then they cover the private sector. He give the Minister of Employment authority for establish then various trade group negotiating councils where they negotiate terms and conditions of service for them private sector institutions according to the various trades they would end. Like you get the mine workers, you get the other industrial workers, you get the health workers, you get the teachers and the other sorry, not the teachers. So that aspect they cover them. So now the Ministry of Employment they give back the certificate. However, the Industrial Relations Act also make provision for what you will call the Joint National Negotiating Board. This Joint National Negotiating Board, now a national body, we attract the Employers Federation, the Chamber of Commerce, the Labour Congress, and government. Now they fix the minimum wage. So now only that framework, now they both employers and workers, and they sit down talk about the remuneration will cover both governments as well as the private sector that is setting the minimum wage. So, but for the Wages and Compensation Commission, now only for public sector employees. So these are the questions that we ask.
Okay, let me come to the issue of the salary of political appointees. Normally, we can see press releases where they come out from State House or come to the public with the State House, they determine the payment of that political appointees or the likes. Now we look at within the commission or within the Wages and Compensation Act, say, in terms of the salary of political appointees, who that they determine the salary of political appointees?
Just like what I say just now, I say the Wages and Compensation Act, 9 when we don't confer that authority there, through Section 22 of the Wages and Compensation Act. So from the president come down, now the wages and compensation. So in that particular case, when the president appoints a particular person in a public office, you can see where the secretary to president is say, it has pleased His Excellency to appoint you to serve. Your terms and conditions of service will be communicated to you. So what may happen now? That particular letter is sent back to we now, so that you look at, then you look at the post where they appoint, then the other comparable positions we then get, that's where they fix that salary there. But they can talk so I say with the Finance Act, we then pass, that don't remove that particular responsibility now from the Wages and Compensation Commission and then confer to a committee and call them like a state salaries committee. We go look into that side. So now the Wages and Compensation, no, they deal with that particular aspect there anymore.
So you not think, say, that because of this, somebody thinks, say, when it comes to the masses, government very slow for acts, but when it comes to the one them at the top, quick, then they act upon them, even parliaments, because setting a Wages and Salary Compensation Commission, then you set up another body, we could determine people and salary, na political class, means, say, it's an undermining of the entire process. You not think so?
Yes, in a way. I make in we submission to government, we don't try for do as a commission. We identify the potential implications for national development as far as the actions and the concern. Number one, we say there is an erosion of equity, in the sense that the selective salary adjustment, by public sector employees, it bring back across. They exacerbate the disparities rather than that's number one. Then number two, fiscal risk, then they increase the fiscal risk. Before this time here, so when you get different wage setting processes and cross comparison, then they lead to that. And so by this, it is difficult for expenditure control as well as the threat in macroeconomic stability. And the second point, apart from that, like you mentioned, now they experience what you call institutional weakening, right? Like now the Wages and Compensation Commission, hitherto, in we data collection as well as we analysis, what we do, we don't take cognizance of the political class, and mindful of the fact that also the salaries cannot be changed to their disadvantage. But I must hasten for say so, the political class was not well paid. There are thousands of people in the public sector, they are more than ministers and the president and the vice president but this again, particular time here. So we see that as an aspect of institutional weakening. And for me also, we see a kind of reform reversal. Initially, they don't identify a problem, we cause distortions, right? You begin with Bandandi, then you come back. So you see that as like a reform reversal. We're not too good. But as I say, these are all aspects that we will get for sit-down look at with a view to ensuring that, we put a system that is also consistent and will meet the obligations and the original intention of the president. Okay.
Continue for stay with you. We'll go for walkabout. We'll come back. They look at messages the more I don't send on our Facebook page, YouTube, and also now 0779819819 line. We'll continue for send messages them as we don't get plenty more messages than we don't can inside. We'll go for walkabout. We'll come. We'll look at messages.
Another morning again. Ate Tuesday, ate Tuesday, ate Oya. Ate one video. Usai Fati, they tell people how God don't do things. Why, 9 light to go mine. Now the extra one you love but no matter your status na society, when they ready, then they give you blackout mine. Now he make a day, me then give me light and not give me light too, and no beating day. Once Edsa, the gig go and fatty blackout, so we all not the same mind. But talk and go Edsa, from one you say, when you do maintenance, up till now, nothing change. Rain don dey begin to come. I no know how far bumbuna. Una me say car power ship go increase then capacity or the megawatt or me no know if na data or wetin. But unu sef bo unu behave bo. I take good myself na the same thing. I think this new policy wey dem put there. Me I no understand am. It like say na mumu dey. You know the talk, you know the thing face. Now, but you don't know more as conference dey oversee, it took speed go. The CPN sons, I read say, una don count some chicken then and the tongue, where them term don't pass. I say, CPN sons, CPN sons, that chicken wo una don count where the term don't pass, unu return am back go sa unu pull am. I see people them back together this chicken, wash up, put on a pot, get and buckle them fry and begin sell mine. Now tell me babate, and think that you like chicken go against you. So CP and sons, do ya that chicken won't account we don't pass them, unu return house unu pull am, unu no can kill people mine. At the institution then at the country, we get problem like when you make na this. Where they make this country they go behind. The judiciary and parliament. It's like you make them say if you see judiciary parliament and they I don't know if they're executive or co-executive, where you see them sober, things they go well. Look the judiciary, team up with correctional center for jail people, papa or brother, for over 12 years. And not only one normal. Plenty people and then at that correctional center day, we don't overstay, they not get indictments, they not get nothing. But if you ask the correctional center people, then go tell you say how they give them for keep. But then go no for keep 1 year, 2 years, una not see where una not go raise concern, but una all not the same. Correctional center that you kill una dip and that place there. I don't get to no information. Judiciary of the loan, una na pick and choose business unu depa. I take correctional service down water with the pass na that street. We incentive people, I say don't pass bill, unu won't kill people back. Every year na so that smell water they spray na that place the people and they around. City council na them for loan whole correctional center. I say bad situation, no bad situation. I think this country, yeah. Wait till make me left this country any day we sleep and wake. Or before you sleep, you must get film mine. Warere, uno don't postpone una election. It's like a bad situation, na love affairs. Now so I see, one right up, they say anyway, they say commissioner na nice boy, commissioner Ibab, they say na here and that girl na in there. Now say and see, last week and see them say, that girl we want stand, they say na that pan na get that pikin, but the part say, let them give that boy, so people no go know, na he make pressure, you don't come up, they say na here and that boy there, in Lovebirds. I say waiting, they say party and the part, they say they don't scatter finally. Not that they say PPSL party, then I love business then they pa. I say the next AGM, we then forget mine, bad situation, we go name on a AGM. Love me, I love you. Me, na the honorable Piki Wakabot.
Well, from Wakabot, we can look at messages them again we una don't send inside the program. This one say, good morning, Radio Democracy. Why is always parliamentarians always think about themselves, not the citizens? This now Franklin Hockey, now our Facebook page.
This one from Mystics that was actually raising awareness about the danger of tobacco is good because many Sierra Leoneans are madly into it. However, enforcement in the fight against tobacco use remains weak, especially regarding public smoking, which is becoming alarming. Though it is legal, more stringent enforcement measures are needed to address this issue effectively.
From Abubakar Nabi, he said, "Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for the push. However, I would like to know if this new minimum wage is taxable. If yes, what is the minimum tax fee?"
This one from Ibrahim Sise say payroll harmonization should move beyond radio discussions into real action. If government is sincere, let the implementation begin within its own institution first to reduce corruption in the police and other MDAs. Sierra Leoneans are tired of seeing pressure on the private sector while government fails to lead by example, as many workers under foreign employers still face unfair treatment. Promises on airwaves inspire hope, but action is what builds trust.
Ansumana Kumba on our Facebook page, you say, "My pension is still being reduced at the bank with NRA notice about payments I must do every month. Didn't I pay NASIT during my services so as to have a complete benefit on retirement?"
This one from Ibrahim Sisse on our Facebook page say the reggae music reminds us that truth will one day reveal itself. If there are hidden promises behind payroll harmonization, time will expose them. Corruption, weak implementation, and unequal treatment remain the three biggest threats to this process. Promises may fill the airways, but only action builds trust.
Ibrahim Sori Jalo on our Facebook, he said, "Waiting person for do if somebody they smoke near you without observing the meter distance, because people they smoke outside, go na the lorry park them."
This one from Emmanuel Namasingbi say, "Mr. Timbo, the 2026 Finance Act removes the President, the Vice President, the Speaker of Parliament, and Deputy Ministers of Government, Members of Parliament, judges, the Chairman, and members of the Electoral Commission from the determination and harmonization of their salaries. By the wages and compensation, this is a non-commitment to the mandate and spirit of the wages and compensation by government."
Mohammed Salu Sankor on our Facebook page, they say, "Even the least employees leave allowance is taxable. Honorable Timbo, if you can really tell us the threshold, what is taxable, because we are not informed which amount is taxable or not."
This one from Mohamed Kamara say government needs to do more in terms of the condition of service of teachers compared to the inflation.
More messages them inside the program. We go with say, okay.
This one from NZ say it is noteworthy that a grade 8 employee in the Ministry of Finance receives 30 million loans, whereas grade 10 employee in ministries such as health, trade and education receives only 13 million loans. This disparity suggests a lack of consistent commitment from the government towards ensuring equitable compensation for the broader population.
This one again, he say, okay, now the same message. This one, a friend of mine from 0779819819, they say, a friend of mine worked for Statistics Salon on a part-time basis. She has completed her tax. Months have gone by and she has still not been paid. Can you please use your good office to facilitate compensation to this young lady and others?
Well, the last one from me from Supercab say, for the compensation scheme, calculation I believe is very good for civil servant, but my fear is the timely payment after retirement is what worries Sierra Leoneans.
Well, from the messages there, we come to we studio guest them for respond. We come to Mr. Khalil for respond to the issues them we come for Sika smoking, and we come to Mr. Timbo.
Yeah, so I think I also I note two comments also. One talk about weak enforcement. I think that they come from Mystic. Of course, me not going to even say enforcement today right now, because if the council is not being set up, when are they responsible for lead enforcement issues? Then we just try because we all know say Lodi. You understand? So no enforcement not there right now, and of course the person rights for say enforcement week. That is the more reason we engage the media, engage all relevant stakeholders for law push and appeal to His Excellency the President for kindly consider the appointment of the chairperson for the establishment and operationalization of the Tobacco and Nicotine Control Council as soon as possible. Secondly, I think somebody has waiting for do if somebody they smoke in the public. I think the first way you can do, even though there is a law now, for make sure say you tell the person for say it's a crime for smoke in public, and kindly ask them for either a move away or put in cigarette off. Normally at times, some are way wise enough, then there, then go, because some man don't know. Some man, not all man, they listen news, not all man, they read, not all man understand, because we get for do more in public public awareness raising, even after the council don't be set up. But some people can be reluctant. Some man go tell you free word or learn kind of stuff, then they. And so that's when you get right for maybe call the authorities for hand them over, or the sector you can do, move away, because let you not go there around the person, you they become second-hand smoker. Because if you continue for smoke, and not to you one grain, advise all other person there around the person for move away from him, because you want for protect yourself, your health. So if the person now move away from 10 meters, maybe we all move away from 10 meters for saving your health, whilst we continue for engage them and advise them. Definitely, if the person now is wise enough and want for protecting health, he will see reason. But by the time we really get the council formed, established, operationalized, then all of these issues will be issues of the past, because law go there now, we go bet anybody we make attempts for do that.
Earlier on, you talk about economic implication. Any economic implication there if government delay for appoint the chairperson and set up the council?
So let me read directly from the Sierra Leone, the economic case for tobacco control. So Salon, they lost 1.5% of GDP lost annually from tobacco-related illnesses. So just on tobacco-related illnesses, 9,900 deaths, can be averted over 15 years by implementing 6 priorities on the Framework Convention on Tobacco Control. 4 billion, leons, total losses in 2017 from tobacco use, 73% of which were from economic productivity losses. 1.9 trillion is avoided economic losses, can be over 15 years from stronger tobacco control approaches and framework. So these are from statistics from the DHS 2017. So imagine now we're inside 2026.
So I still stand by my position.
Of course. We Salon they lost a lot. And also, if you go to the Finance Act, I cannot lift it up right now, but there are provisions in the Finance Act we talk about increment in taxation for tobacco products and all that kind of stuff. So government they lost resources when the council, and also other resources and they out there, international resources we want for support the implementation of the council, the operationalization of the council, but it cannot come if the council will not be established.
Continue for the between the program. Musa Khalil Kouoma, Executive Director for Global Youth Network, as they talk about the position for so that they call on President for appoint the chairperson for the Tobacco Council for regulate tobacco business in the country. Continue for the between the program. We come over to we other studio guest we Alhaji Alpha Timbo, Chairman for the Wages and Compensation Commission. Messages and come for you. You can respond to them, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. And we tell God, thank you. The one the way they listen and ask the question. The first one, you say, why is Parliament always thinking about themselves? Well, Parliament, no, they always think about themselves, They get beaucoup responsibility. The last time I did a Silk Radio Television, I tried for defend them in terms of the expectation from their constituents them. Especially so when the VC will be member of parliament, I suppose for do all developments in your area. So now very difficult something. But the fact remains that yes, I understand what in the person they say. They're supposed for no say, yes, they are there for the people and then for look at the welfare of the people more paramount. And I think most of them can always talk about that in both in the print and the electronic media. The second one where the person mentioned, he said whether the new minimum wage taxable. I've been done talking. This not and that first one. Tell them say, I say the new minimum wage is not supposed to be taxable now. But the vice president at the National Labour Conference now he give that kind of commitment for say go make sure say they're not tax them. Somebody say they will try for make the payroll harmonization, you move from radio to implementation. And I would depend do so. One for sure the person for say yes, that is what is happening, but we can't avoid the radio for continue for give information as to the progress what they make so far. The other one say my pension is still reduced at the bank. Well, unfortunately the bank then get their own commission on turnover. Whatever they keep, they get for pay their staff, then we they work at the institution, so now then small tax and they will then they cut from among them customers then. Now they take. for operate the bank, or maybe the labor unions then can look into that side. They also like how they can take a look at the tax threshold. The other policy say corruption, inequality, and say now they cause all the problems. Say in one way or the other, but at least moves are done and now be made for make sure say we curb corruption and whatever you say. I think the current anti-corruption boss, Kefala and in team, them, they do a fantastic job as far as that particular area is concerned. It said the 2026 remove the president and the other officers from the Wages and Compensation Commission. Yes, Dandy now we don't talk about this. No, they now have established a special committee where they deal with then salaries. Then they and I will be say some of them then they like defeat the process of harmonization in a way. Somebody said leave allowance is taxable. Yes, I mentioned that just now. I say it depends on the threshold, but I did confirm yes, it is. I say I'm not able to remember right now which is the threshold, but after I will get for find out that, so in future we'll answer that question there. The conditions of service for teachers, the person say then deplorable. That's not true. And one of the things the way it be say like therefore be benefit from the Wages and Compensation Commission. Because you find out that maybe you get a principal of a school who don't serve for about 20 years, 25 years, ideally below 5,000. But then you get somebody who enter the public service, civil service today, when I graduate, they earn more than that, So then on fairness, they need them to glaring. So that's the work of the commission for make sure we deal with that side. This other policy they try for mention the grade 8 in finance as against grade 13 in the other departments within the pay people them. That's a part of the work of the commission. We want to make them pay people them for equal work, for equal value, then they pay them according to their job responsibility and would they add their performance, because the Wages and Compensation Commission, they look at wage classification, the classification in the grading system, as well as performance. So you will find out for say now we get the same qualification, the same job responsibility, but different performance levels. So now it make the Wages and Compensation Commission now we make sure say the spinal point system where them remove over the years we want for introduce again. We don't want to let person be director for 10 years. The amount we they earn 90 director we they can't see the back now the same amount we they earn. So they defeat the issue of experience over the years is defeated, so we are going to reintroduce it again, right? Somebody says statistics, I do not pay one young lady, so that person there, I will give him a number, 079-176-222, 079-176-222. If you call them, it will be of help for see how they go able for address that particular person there. This other person say, the payments not timely, now the bank. I think say me own pension what they receive, now they can force most of the time before even government they pay me, So I not think say an asset pensioner. If an asset pensioner, I know I believe say then they pay them, then they pay late, Right? But subject to verification. But me own, I know they get on late at all. I must say that. So these are the questions the way the people ask me. I don't know if I left one.
Continue for the which we in the program in name na Alaji Alpha Timbo, Chairman, Wages and Compensation Commission. The program Good Morning Salon, the continue inside the program where they look at another issue. The Chief Executive Officer for Mike's Collection and Afro Glam Fashion Show, Mike Tawali, say as part of them corporate social responsibility, make the dongo support the dialysis units in Connaught Hospital with different well-body item them. Mike Tawali talk this way, Mike's Collection and Afro Glam Fashion go donate well-body item them to the dialysis units in Connaught Hospital. Sonia Bell gets more and gonna report.
Mike's Collection, now fashion brand, where they design African clothes them for corporate people then, like people where they work in a bank and other business company then. But as part of the corporate social responsibility, make Mike's Collection been decide for give back to society. We make this BNTM through the fundraising events, Afro Glam Fashion Show, also they be gather some couple and use this couple together with the support wey dem get from dem sponsor dem like Rokel Commercial Bank and Seacoach for support the dialysis unit na Connaught Hospital with things dem like rock slippers, air conditioner, and gown dem wey workman dem na dis unit dey use for do their work. The Chief Executive Officer for Mike's Collection and Afro-Glam Fashion Show, Mike Tarawali, starts for explain more.
As part of our business model, we do organize a fashion show to showcase creative, and the proceeds of that go back to charity. So this year, we decided to give back to the dialysis unit to support the kidney patients. These are the things that the dialysis unit require from us, which is a lab coat, cups, and also AC. About 50,000 spent on all those items.
Inside Ion Talk, the consultant nephrologist, head of dialysis unit na Connaught Hospital, Dr. Joshua Coker, been get this for say.
This is the only public dialysis unit in the entire country, even though plans are on the way to open more units. But for now, this is the only unit, and we do have our challenges. They came at a time where we had disposable gowns and shoe covers that were running out of those supplies. And then he proposed that he wanted to donate. And I said, okay, let's not move far away from your field, something you will be able to do easily. And then I told him that we need gowns as well as something to cover our feet. So he was willing, and we are happy for that. This is what nation building is truly about. Leaving the legacy, leaving a symbol to which we can always refer to. And whoever comes to dialyze here, this is really a help to suffering humanity.
Dr. Joshua Coker and for tell thank you to Mike's Collection and Afro-Glam Fashion Show for this support where they don't give them and assure them say then go make sure say they use their item here for the right purpose. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Mina Sonia Bell, they report.
From that report today, we come to we studio guest them. We then still with we now the program for round up the program. We come to the Executive Director of Global Youth Network, Musa Khalil Kurma. We therefore talk about the role of the National Tobacco Control Council. We for regulate tobacco business in the country as the call on government and the president for set up this council now for make them get a council and get the chairman for lead this council. We look at all the effort the Mona don't play. What's next apart from this media engagement the Mona they do so now?
So we know say there are protocols. President Bio is His Excellency, and by virtue of the position, not all man go just get opportunity for access and anyhow. You understand? There are protocols. In fact, sometimes they will say go and do like by right. If insess one come on a street and waka, the power or the authority or the position not go allow him because of the state gets responsibility for secure him, for several reasons. So not all man go just able to get access to them. So definitely that's why they appoint credible people able for handle issues, before even they reach them. Most of the time, in a finality, does approve or assent or whatever. But most of the time, we self don't realize say President Bio knocking gets the information. So they reach out. You understand? Either it is stuck somewhere and it's on table where they make it reach to the president and all. But one of the things that we believe, the media is very powerful, the media is very strong. This week we engage over 10 different media houses. And we know say like 98.1 are one of the stations that we President Bio they listen to. We are aware about that and some other TV stations. And one other thing I want to know, President Bio also, somebody reliably tell me say when you text it read them. They might not respond, but they read it. They get time, they read and text them for let you know. So at times it can be difficult for access and for let you really know what's in the happen. But we believe say engaging the media, and we don't send out letters, we don't engage strategic people and stakeholders that we suppose for start the preliminary work. We are so much optimistic, I could tell you, Musa, that this particular year, World No Tobacco Day, we go use them platform here, definitely go emanate to some positive results and outcomes for let we get the appointment of the chairman for the Tobacco and Nicotine Control Council.
Thank you very much, Executive Director, Global Youth Network, Musa Khalil Koma, for joining me in the edition of the program Good Morning Salon for talk about or call on the president for CC then get body way for head the National Tobacco Control Council for regulate tobacco business at the country, as plenty people we don't text on raise concern but the impact of tobacco on the health of people. We count we other studio guests. We Satimbo, you message of assurance to listeners and viewers of Radio Democracy on the process of salary harmonization.
Thank you very much. So I just want to let the public know, say in January 2026, the Commission don't establish a technical committee where they do the salary harmonization now, where they look at all the other things. The committee, as I talk, so don't present to me draft. Their draft will they look at and we call the Board of Commissioners them for make we go take a look at them so that within the next financial year, the statement of economic policies where they read the aspect of harmonization we would not able for beginning in earnest. So I just want to make the public know, say, we reaffirm the Commission in commitment for support the government of Sierra Leone for making go achieve sustainable, equitable, and performance-driven public sector compensation system. And we believe, say, the financial year 2026 and that of 2024 will provide we an opportunity for make we be able to achieve that, because it is important that we get an evidence-based harmonization system, way based on data, so that the financial management system will move progressively, and so that at the end of the day, we will reward people and based on their performance. We will ensure fairness, and at the same time, it will safeguard what you call macroeconomic stability for the country.
Okay. Away from the wages and compensation commission work, we see you name don't they come up na different side that you get intention for vie of a contest for the flag bearer position na the SLPP party. Not true?
That not true. After I've been left for Mother Bio, if you tell me they don't, I suppose for them.
Why you the contest for be flag bearer for the SLPP?
No, I left Dandy for another time. I just believe, see, I don't reach the level of maturity. Over the years, as our President Kaba, will bring about a lot of reforms, including NACIT and other things. I get the opportunity for stay in opposition after we come out in our government. As I have the SLPP in the secretariat from that time, the 2007, up to 2018, I work with the party, right? Unlike the other one, they will go and come back and then go into India, right? So I was very much focused, consistent, resilient, right? So I learned back for live during the opposition and look at how the opposition carried themselves. Then we come back in governance. I served as the Minister of Education, right? I get the experience. I don't act as Minister of Foreign Affairs, Energy over the years, fisheries in different areas. So I get what we call the relevant work experience, and I don't reach the stage of maturity who EBC are going to lead Sierra Leone.
You be contest or you get the plan in 2018 and we don't see you show up in 2020.
Well, now because politics now a practical game. Mother Bio, now I've been the leading candidate when it comes to the delegates that time there, right? Then apart from that, we made a word in at the secretariat. There was this issue about, for say, the president, Agnes Kurma, Bakaba don't come on at the north, then Agnes Kurma back we can come out at the north. Now if they come back, myself come on at the north, they say, hey, that they go very. So I see all of that, those are practical things then. So I step down, right? Because I know this Mother Bio was far ahead of us in terms of acceptability and the delegates, and I don't see any reason why I for create that situation again. So now for support and for me win, and indeed they win.
In 2018, there was this saying that the SLPP been they look for a running mate where they not been get for long, and rumor been they go around say Alpha Timbona, one of the people that would be one pick. At that moment, the party be anyway be approach you for be running mate.
No, that at the discretion of the president.
You will think about that?
That at the discretion of everybody who deserve public, you go want for move up to a position, especially if you want for serve the people. So, but then at the presidential prerogative, when you not fall on you, to me, you know, be nothing. So I continue for serve. Where God put me in education, I go there. Where he decide for move me back na labor, I go there. Now he move me na the wages and compensation. So I see myself as I see myself as a person who translate dreams to reality. We Bakaba want na city call me. We mother be one for do the free quality. I was called upon to launch it. When I finish this na a new venture again. Would they give me what they try for operationalize? So for me, it's a pleasure.
We go find time for invite you for can talk about your political aspiration and
Definitely.
why you want for contest for the flag bearer now the SLPP party. One for say plenty thank you to you, Alaji Alpha Timbo, Chairman for the Wages and Compensation Commission. But we take you time for be part of the program today. As today you talk about the work of the commission and how far I don't go for harmonize the salary and the payroll system now the country. One for say plenty thank you to you for be part of the program, and also plenty thank you to Musa Kaliko, my Executive Director Global Youth Network, for where you take your time for be part of the program as they talk about the role of the Tobacco Council and the need for make the president appoint the chairperson for the Tobacco Control Council. Well, family, because of time, now we go to bring down the curtain for today's edition of the program. Good morning, Salon. Plenty thank you to the production team, Saptiu Kalon, we produce the program with support from Yeno Kabia. Plenty thank you to DJ Sugarcane for technical support and Mary Kamara Bangura. We make on us live now with social media platforms. So till we meet again, Mina Adeyemi Jackson is a goodbye.
Musa Kamara say bye-bye.